G'day everyone, welcome back to Next Knacker's Yard. This will be my Knacker's Yard. I've just realised you always assume you've been here before. Oh. That's the XJ650, that's the engine that's coming back together from the 1980 Badger. It came apart because the starter was rattling like I'd lost keys in a washing machine. I expected it to be the starter clutch, which you do need to split the halves to get to, because it is right in the bowels. But what it probably turned out to be was the fact that I was missing the retaining clip which holds which holds the stem for the starter. So that was just rattling around like a lunatic, and that is now sorted. So now we're trying to get it back together. Yeah, what was the last upload? Last upload was remounting, and I'd broken a bolt but managed to catch it before it got stuck. So that's all OEM stuff and OEM stock. It was getting my clutch selector, gear selector, rotator the right way to start with, and I utterly lucked in by being able to do it through the sump, which was phenomenal and saved me hours. Right, so I'm going to start getting it back together. I'll hang you up and then we'll start rattling through the book. Right, so there we are, and as usual I am going by the workshop manual to the letter. Bearing in mind that as I stripped it apart I kind of ad-libbed ever so slightly as to the order that I was doing stuff in. Now the key bit on getting this back on is the tangs in the oil pump. So the oil pump's back in. When I first took this clutch apart, it mentioned about the tangs and I didn't have a clue what it was talking about, but it's these two tangs here that they're on about in the book. And you've effectively got 4 options in terms of orientation to get it on. Once that is on, it is held in place basically by a central piece and some roller bearings, which I'm just going to reach past you. Got some engine oil lying up the back there, just to give them a bit of a better start. Now you extract these by chucking a couple of longer bolts. It says 6mm ones I think in the book, but well, the ones that I had were just enough. Now I've got that ready because once I've hung this I kind of need to get that in quite quickly afterwards. So let's see if I can get this orientated, because it's a bit of a so you've got the teeth here on your right hand side, or on the right hand side I should say. Never did find that. I haven't replaced that in the original. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. They kind of need to bend round the corner here to engage with the cogs from the into the pistons. So it is a little bit of a pain in the ass job. And I think we're there. Right, we're there or thereabouts. Got the big ass bolt in the middle, and I'll dig that out in a second. So we are there. Keeping the chain somewhere so I don't get it caught. I don't want to do that too much. I don't really like the cogs, the piston bouncing around too much. But there she blows. Right. So that's those two on. It's the plate I need next, which I didn't know where I put it. Oh, it's under here. It's the plate and the bolt that I need next. I need to get rid of those. Excuse me. Get rid of those bolts that I use for the extraction. There we go. So we're in and nice and flush. Right, happy. Then the plate here. So the book says about having the grooves on the outside. Mine is grooved on both sides, which really doesn't help me very much in this particular case. But just chucking a bit of oil on, because why wouldn't you? It's then the basket. Now I have new pads. They are the old ones. I'm not going to put the new ones in yet because I need to let them soak and stuff first. So I'm just going to chuck in the old ones for now, and then replace those later. My big bag of stuff. There we go. So I need the cage. I should have got a new one of these, but I didn't because I am a fool. Now what I also should do with, and I might do it now actually, what I don't have is an OEM holder for this. What I do have is some spare steel. So what I might make is just something to hold it, to hold that in one place. So yeah, let's do that. That might be an interesting thing for me to do. I've not done it before. Let me get some cardboard. Always start with cardboard. Right, there we go. A quick game of need a tool, make a tool. There's a bumblebee in here and it's driving me balmy. Frustrating. Oh, there it is. So that was a bit of card, i.e. cornflake packet, or Cocoa Pops as the kids. Dabbed a bit of oil on each, stuck it on, cut out what I thought was roughly the right size, and it turns out it wasn't quite there because I needed a bigger diameter to get the socket head in, so I've just had to hack it out a little bit. It's as ugly as you like, but if it's functional, it's functional. The only bit that I'm unsure of is whether or not it's going to take the torque. But no, it's yielding immediately. Something to strengthen along that. It needs something to strengthen along that line there. I wonder if I can just graft a bit of wood to it, or a bit of something to it. So that's the. So I'm going to lock it off against the block. It's got to go from there, and I think to there, just to straighten that edge. I'm going to strengthen that, and then bring it back. Sid, you got nothing on me, mate. Progeneering. That's a bit of tubing and some electrician's tape. Let's give it a go. It's actually holding. Fucking no way. Now the difficulty I'm going to get is getting any purchase on this. Because everything is stacked in the wrong place. Bending. Right, sack that idea. I need some thicker steel. No, I ain't got any. Do you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it when it's on the bike. Because I can't get to it. There's no purchase on a engine to get to, is it 50 foot-pounds? That's, yeah, 70 newton meters, and weirdly enough, that's just not going to take it. Right, well, it was a nice idea, that. I thought it was fucking ingenious. But like most ingenious things I do, it ain't worked. Right. It's my hockey stick. Oh, nothing like making a dick out of yourself. But the difference between this and between my channel and some others is the fact that I have absolutely no objections in showing my fuck ups. Hang on, I'm trying to remember where this goes. I know it's important. Am I being dim? Is that it? That's it. Ah, yeah, that's it. Right. Dum, dum, dum. Right, let's get these plates on temporarily. Because like I say, my new ones are going on, but only when I'm about to fill it with oil. So I will probably just fast forward you while I get over my shame and humiliation. Right, so back in after a quick fast forward. Dot on the outer housing, dot on the inner housing, make sure they line up. I do need to knock down the edges covers, but I'm obviously not going to do that until I've got it to the correct torque. Right, again, I'm not going to torque these down because I'm obviously going to need to change the plates. Got my drill. Got my drill on a very low setting there, very low indeed. And job is a fish. I think what I might do is just, for one, check I've got that in the right place, which I do. It's kind of a splash guard, I suppose. What I might do, just to stop it getting knocked around so much, is put together the cover and chuck it on with no gasket, because the gasket will go on later. I just want to chuck it on so that it's complete and keeping all the dust and crap out. So I'll wear that. Took this apart to get it off. Oh, sorry, that's just the lever. Right, I'm going to get that on, and then I'm going to get the cover on. Right, there we go. That's both of the sides put on. Like I said before, and I've had to wipe it over with my hands, a bit mucky, and made it look all rubbish. We're on. I've not torqued them. I've not got a gasket on there because that's all coming off once I put the the proper plates in there, but I just wanted it back together, and we're making progress. Now I think I'll spin it round and get the other plate on. Just got a couple of other bits to do first in the house, and then I'll jump back in and get the other cases on. Nearly forgot a bit. Now, little rubber separation piece there, it does make a big deal. Do not forget this rubber fillet. I had forgotten it. It wasn't really until, well done Haynes Workshop Manual, that it even says in here, mesh symmetrically, refit the two breather, blah, make a final check to ensure the rubber fillet which completes the middle gear casing is in position and properly located. Off rough and fit left hand cover using a new gasket. The wiring for the ignition cord picks up between the cover and the crankcase and is retained by the lower screw. Right, so I did nearly miss that. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Right, let's get this gasket on, get this cover on. Alright, there we go. That's the cover on over the gears with a fresh gasket that's fucking green, Jesus. That is all torqued up and all good to go. I've got no intention of going back into that again unless I have to. Now I've got it the right way up. Next job is stator, which is going to be tricky because I'm going to need to hold the mechanism still to install it. Let's have a think.